A middle-aged man, balding, pudgy, stands in front of the group aboard the helicopter. It's been a few hours since other individuals have left through various portals or what have yous. Only two individuals actually see this individual for who they really are, Francis and Lark, who they see the squat, long-nosed, long-fingered, stringy-haired rum short stack. So, in conclusion, they were able to defeat the parasites after succumbing to Arcadia's greater whims. Apparently, one of them succumbed. That title has been destroyed. So three Fae continue to rule Arcadia at this time. As for the non-changeling Fae person that went in there, whereabouts unknown. Doubt we're ever going to see him again, though. As he kind of adjusts the papers that he was reading from in like this little Nella envelope. So, any questions? Basically, a small victory.
Yeah, I got a question. Where to now?
Well,
Save the world.
this one, the professor kind of steps forward. Well, I guess in some aspects you're going home. We're heading to Brazil.
Welcome to paradise.
We're going to deal with the ziggurat.
You say that like you know what it means.
Honestly, sometimes you gotta put forth that type of confidence. Well, the reality of the situation is something you don't want to fathom. So you're right. I have no idea what that means.
Just like to know where I stand.
It is nighttime, so the vampires are up as well, just so you're aware.
I figured.
So, current goal, investigate the ziggurat, get any information we can, deal with the dragon. Makes a very pointed look towards the disheveled individual towards the back of the helicopter.
Which disheveled individual?
Well, that would be me. Whether or not the disheveled individual in the back of the helicopter cares or even notices this pointed look, you probably can't tell.
We will be figuring out how to deal with the dragon, and hopefully having some of its previous forms destroyed. We will be able to draw it out. You notice a few of individuals have already left. Those that have left are the other two mages, the mummies, Basically, and the demons. The reality warpers, as it were. Individuals that are no longer on this helicopter are seeking the bioweapon that was taken.
And us, we just get to go into stare into the gates of hell.
Sure, their view isn't any better. And it's with that, there is a crack of lightning. If anybody wants to roll perception, those that can roll dice at this moment, which are only 2 of you right now.
You can't do this to me.
One success. Ooh,
Oh, full success.
nice.
As this clap of lightning, thunder, illuminates the sky for a brief moment, for the briefest of moments, you see what appears to be an impossibly large machine, tangled in a mess of growth and tumors. And it's at
Where is this?
It's just somewhere off in the distance over the ocean.
In the backdrop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
The professor kind of looks out the window and goes, I'm not the only one that saw that, right?
I was kind of hoping that I was. Not enough sleep or something.
It's not just the light that, sticks in your eyes.
It's at this
No, I
moment,
don't think so.
Igor, not the shell, Igor, you become very aware of something. Your verge has expanded. Or has expanded and yet is also moving. And right at the edge of it, you can feel your shell.
Might as well investigate. We'll casually stroll that direction. It's all the time in the world when you're not in the world.
Well, then, are we on the helicopter or in Brazil?
You are approaching Brazil at this time. From the north, so you were coming over the Caribbean, etc.
Okay. Continue.
As you get within range of your shell, you obviously can pick up sensory information from it. So you're aware of who's there, who's not there. You're aware of everything at this point. It's at this point, everybody, including Igor here, needs to make a dexterity athletics check.
Easy peasy. Three.
Great.
Is it not rolled?
Because the shells don't roll, duh.
You can't do this to me.
Everybody
There you go.
has 3. In the next moment, you feel something hit the helicopter. Everybody that succeeded clings on to something as metal is rent asunder. And the only thing you can hear outside of that is the roar of a dragon. And then blackness for Tiago. Röslein.
Eeth.
Vampires don't go unconscious.
Not really, no.
However, this is also for everybody. Fill half your health track with aggravated damage.
Hey,
Everyone.
Everyone.
why?
Because you literally just crash landed.
I don't take reduced damage.
Not-
Being dead.
There was fire involved as well.
Ah. So for half damage, if I have an autumn out, do I err on the side of less or more?
Err on the side of more.
Yeah.
Always against the player, sorry. In this case. Now, technically, Tiago and the shell are unconscious at this very moment. Igor isn't, as well. Igor is a strange case. So we're going to focus on Röslein. As you kind of, after having made a very hard connection with the ground, you see, for lack of a better word, bodies strewn amongst the ground, scrap metal all over the place. Most of it's still on fire. If you want to make a frenzy check there,
You know that's a chance die.
here's your gangrel.
Let's see. I'll just roll chance. Because I don't remember the specific roll, so. So close! But no cigar.
What is Rose's only object?
Get away from the fire. That would be the natural thing.
As you continue to scramble away, you scramble over, well, corpses of people that you vaguely know. You also find dust and ash that makes a small shiver go up your spine as it, knowing that several of your comrades are old enough to just be reduced to dust upon their final death. You get a decent distance away, and you come across a body still breathing. Tiago's body.
Is he moving or just breathing?
He's breathing. He's alive. Injured. But then again,
Rose is going to search around for a stick and poke him. Just poke, poke, cheek, poke. Hey. Are you dead? Move if you don't want me to feed from you.
I'm gonna say Tiago, you're vaguely aware of a young girl's voice talking to you.
I will do I will self-inflict a resolve composure here.
Fine.
See if I sort of there's that hostile snap too. Okay. Just hit the stick away. Yeah.
Aw. She sounds a little disappointed.
I've been dead and it's not for me.
I like being dead, though. It's fun.
Yeah, but you only get two chances. You die again, that's it. Me. Something in the world just says I keep coming back.
So, if I were to claw your face off now, you would just come right back.
Take some time.
She kind of mulls that over and starts trying to get her surroundings. Well, where did we land?
Tiago,
Ooh.
you are instantly aware. This is roughly, or not roughly, this is the outskirts of Rio. You're aware of the location, mostly because you're just from this area. The giant ziggurat that dominates the skyline is also a pretty good indicator.
There's no place like home.
And, did anyone else survive?
Is Christ the Redeemer still standing, or is that?
That's what, kind of outside of the limits?
Yeah.
Yeah, it would still be standing.
So I will point that out to Rose as a landmark.
Okay, so we're going toward Jesus? We're not exactly on the best terms.
Oh, don't worry. Neither are we. I always think the life I lived, he just refused to let me die. No great hereafter for you. No, you stay here and think about what you've done.
Are there any other heartbeats around the area?
There's one, yes.
Not his, I assume. Tiago's.
Yeah. The disheveled looking individual.
Ah, the hobo survived.
At this point, roll me your joining, Billy, Igor. This is a weird roll, and I know this isn't rules as written, but we're gonna go with it here.
Nothing around here is rules as written, but
So, with 4 successes, I will give you an option. You can stay on the verge, or you can join with your body for a short time. Basically, while you might want more manual control and influence, essentially.
I mean, presumably he's not really been outside. You know, he hasn't had a chance to step outside of the abyss for quite a long time, likely. So if he sees a way to walk out, he's gonna take it.
And as you do so, the body's eyes flutter open. You see a night sky. And you see... Everybody sees this. The rush of wind as the dragon flies overhead and begins to curl itself around the ziggurat before disappearing.
Well, that's not fair. I was gonna go over there and kill it. It ran away, coward.
And before Tiago asks the very, or I should say before Jack asks the very obvious question, yes, that is a massive underworld gate. Or has become one.
I know you said you like being dead. We've had the opportunity to cross over.
You mean like be dead? Like more dead?
Not quite, but starting enough that you can see what lies beyond.
No, because then I wouldn't be here.
But with me, you have a way back. You ever hear the old Greek stories? You know, the myths and legends of Charon, the boatman.
Who know what?
The boatman crossed the river Styx, would ferry the souls of the dead to the afterlife.
Oh, kinda. That's where they put the coins on the eyes or something, right?
Pay the toll. Think of me like the boatman.
You have a boat?
Sometimes.
You're able to make out the voices in the distance, Igor.
So, gazing around, I am once again surrounded by lie. Am I not? I'm gonna, look down myself. I am wounded again, am I not? Correct?
Yes, you're wounded.
Okay, well, we're gonna fix that because wounds are bad for your health. So I'm gonna quickly spend a minute to cast a mend and not be wounded anymore.
Okay,
You're gonna want the bigger one.
What's the plasm spend for a healing bag?
I have no idea. Pull up the book.
I can't find it now.
Well, no successes on the paradox roll.
Okay, well.
Vampire healing egg is expensive. Five IT plus a full day's sleep for one ag wound.
Okay.
So that's gonna cost...
So I can downgrade. Sorry.
As everybody attempts to do various healing. I'm assuming Rosalind's moving towards the other heartbeat.
Yes. To the hobo.
Well, you don't realize it's the hobo until you get closer.
I don't feel like
You come
figuring
across,
the dice a little better.
as you move throughout, the new individual, the middle-aged man that was giving the civ rep, as it were, of what happened, is dead. The chunky individual, you also find his body, or what's left of it. You also find the professor's lifeless body, completely ripped in two. Eventually you do come across where the disheveled man landed. He seems to already be up on his feet, looking around.
Rösleine's gonna approach him, poke him with a stick. Hey, are you here or are you somewhere else still?
I will turn towards the poking of the stick and look down at this small child and all that survived is a dead child. Excellent.
I'm assuming Tiago's moving with Röslein, right?
He'll be a little bit behind, because with everyone dead, he might have some work.
There's a lot. Those that... Oh, see, here's the thing. Supernaturals... They leave ghosts?
Some.
Changelings?
Depends.
Changelings... Werewolves, I think, do.
Werewolves specifically don't, actually.
Oh. Did. My bad.
Yeah.
Ooh, so no werewolves. There is one ghost, specifically, that I want to point out to Tiago, though. That of Chips. You're vaguely aware Chip died in a wreck of sorts. This was similar enough.
Is this the last time around?
He kind of blinks absently. What?
It's the last time around.
Kind of shakes his head. Stunned disbelief is the emotion.
We had some wild times, right?
Could you repeat that, please?
We had some wild times, right?
We did. Looks like you're gonna have to finish this alone, though.
Be at peace, my friend. And your Portuguese still sucks.
You know, I never recovered it after that dunking. The others are here as well.
Maybe I'll join you sometime. But not yet.
He kind of looks out towards the ocean. You know, literally nobody could have crafted it any better to get rid of 3 out of the 4 of us. Attack a helicopter over open water, cause it to burst into flames, and have it crash. Like, that is a level of genius.
Yeah. I'll probably see you again sooner than you expect.
I hope not. Don't you worry. I've done it enough, I can find my way. You'll have a job to do.
Don't remind me.
With that, he dissipates. Your guy curls around you.
Just you and me now.
With one limb just gestures off into the direction Röslein went.
Yeah, I know. And yeah, I'll follow that path.
Cresting a small hill, you're able to see Röslein once again assaulting an individual with the same stick that she used to assault you.
I'm just saying, the crash made you get a bit of sense. If I just keep hitting you, you should get, like, genius levels.
Crash. That's irrelevant. No. It was less the crash and more the dragon. This proves my point that I have muttered to myself over these years. We go after it.
Yes. She's gonna turn and notice Tiago. He says he can take us to the other side.
I'm gonna look at Tiago, and I mean, I could just flip on Death Sight for a second and figure out what's going on.
Yeah. So do you?
Sure.
You flip on Death Sight, you see the Geist coiled around Tiago. And you also see the massive underworld gate that the Ziggurat has created.
Well, of course, he could take us to the other side. No doubt about that. The door is probably flung wide open.
It's not crossing that's difficult. It's navigating. Easy to get lost, and if you are lost there, no points for guessing what happens.
Yeah, easier to find your way when you realize that none of the things in your way are there. Go through them, go around them. Except they don't exist. It's easy.
Did you hit your head in the accident?
He did. That's why he got better. I keep telling him, if we keep hitting his head, then he can be a genius.
No, he sounds like a very ill man.
You will see their truth a little easier than I will. I've already looked past it long enough. I will need your eyes. Come
No,
on,
but I do.
to the other side. We find the dragon. We find how it has been stuck here. And then I take it back. Simple plan, really.
Question. Do you live with it, like, forever? Please tell me you live forever.
Forever is a long time.
And somehow it's still not long enough.
Oh, but it is plenty long. We've already been here multiple forevers. We've already done this multiple times, you know?
Did we win last time?
It depends which last time you look at.
He is not a...
We've done this in infinite amount of times at the same time. We've seen us win before, we've lost before, we've lost other things before.
Well, I want to win this time.
Then we go forward.
Now, just so everybody's fully aware, are roughly... We're on the west side of Rio de Janeiro. So you're essentially on the beach. as it were. Heading in to the city is going to take you where you.
Well, we're just heading to the big pyramid, right?
That's where you want to start off. Tiago, you leading the way? Knowing the way through the city is better for you.
How different is it?
It's enough that you're going to have to make a roll, but you'll get a +2 on it.
Okay. What's the roll?
Intelligence plus streetwise.
Yeah, I can work that. And
Not that, obviously the basic structure is exactly the same. It's just this particular way is completely impassable because of fallen debris, etc.
oh, nothing.
Ooh.
That's rough. Oh,
He hit his head a little too hard.
one
I
moment.
haven't remembered this place.
You even broke the Storyteller's internet.
New paradox condition. Disconnect your internet.
So,
Meta.
yeah. It's become far more dilapidated than the last time you saw. Even the chaos that you witnessed in the aftermath pales in comparison to what's happened.
I don't recognize it. I'm sure I knew where I was, but
It's just like rubble blocking our way, right?
Yeah.
And like we can see the pyramid, right? Like
It is
this isn't
certainly
around.
it is the tallest building left standing.
Okay. Well then, if navigating the streets isn't going to work because there's too much rubble, I'm just going to remove the rubble.
You roll my paradox.
Hold on, I might need to do this like advanced. City block at a time. That's a little better, right?
What am I adding to the 5?
Nothing. I guess if we want to just actually wait. What is the? Sorry, I don't have that. I don't have matter open in a PDF. Hold on.
what do you need?
We're just
Matter.
annihilating matter. I just need to know what its primary
okay.
factor is. Okay, potency.
Oh, okay.
That's fine. Okay.
Oh,
No, just 5.
1 success.
Okay. I to roll my gnosis.
And what happens? Because for those of you unaware, Igor is not a normal mage.
Well, it's only one paradox, so I can't really do much with it besides imposing conditions and tilts on the subject. I don't know,
You not
what
store
condition
them
can I
anymore?
impose on a street, I don't know, like a city block that I'm about to remove from existence?
Fair enough.
So,
Go ahead and cast your spell.
sure. If I did my dice pool correct. Okay, so good old praxis or whatever it's called makes that an exceptional. So it doesn't matter. I'll just it'll ignore withstand level. So if there's some weird entity in there, get rid of it. Yeah, I'm just casting Annihilate Matter on the city block in front of us, essentially, just in a straight line.
Where there were fallen buildings, there is nothing. Like, even the concrete on the ground is destroyed, leaving not tilled earth, but fresh earth underneath.
He did say you could just go through any obstacle.
This city had its chance.
Yeah. And then you came along. And destroyed what was left. Why didn't you burn down the rubble while you're here?
There is plenty of city left, and I will gesture to everywhere else.
You've been so long in your own delusions that you don't even know what you are. You don't know who you are. You don't belong anywhere.
Not here. You're correct. And yet here I am.
Why don't you go back to wherever you do belong?
Once I reclaim my other half, I will.
Can't happen soon.
Röslein, roll me wits plus empathy here.
Alright. With sympathy.
She's a child, so still has the mental.
2 successes.
You sense some friction. It's mainly one-sided, however.
She's getting the sense that Tiago didn't like that.
And
Well, think of it this way. Now there's room for more.
I appreciate what you're trying to say. Let's go before. I don't know. Before he decides that Brazil is too much for the world.
And I'm assuming every time you come to a blockade, you're doing the exact same thing, correct?
I will not, annihilate an entire city block at a time. Just because that's a lot of extra dice I lose. So
Maybe just a line at a time, just through the streets.
we can just walk down the street, and if there's a pile of rubble in the street, I can poof it away. But, Igor is insane. And does not care a single bit for any of the lie around him, but he still needs the 2 sleepwalkers. He recognizes he needs them, so he's not going to piss him off incredibly too much, you know.
Well, 50% track record is so bad.
Rose is still having fun.
But he's also not casting a ton of spells, because every time he would, he risks it. It's paradox, and eventually some little abyssal creature is going to slip out of the cracks, and he doesn't want to deal with it right now.
As you get to the ziggurat, it takes a few hours walking, even with the aid of obliterating matter every now and again. You come to the foot of the ziggurat, which very quickly, Tiago, you see stands halfway in and halfway out. So there's a way to explore this thing without going into the underworld, but there's also a way to explore it well in the underworld as well.
Which way first?
thought this was your job. Shouldn't you know?
Think of it like a spinning coin. Coin spinning on a table. Is it heads or tails?
She stops and just.
Kind of the same idea. It's both here and on the other side.
Is there anything around, ghosts meandering about? Because this is an Avarian gate, probably blown wide open.
Oh yes, it's an Avarian gate blown as wide open as underworldly possible.
Blown off the hinges.
However, there are no ghosts escaping. Which is kind of something Igor and Tiago would have noticed. With the exception of obviously the new ghosts forming on the beach, there have been no ephemeral entities at all. Which is, suffice it to say, unusual.
I'm gonna look ahead. I'll go through. An initial scout, see what the other side looks like.
As you step through, you immediately hear splashing. And as you look around, this thing still has... It's no higher than your ankle. But the bottom floor where you stand is still within the ocean of fragments. And as you look up, what you used to see was essentially kind of a funnel.
Right.
Now, it looks more like almost like a tube with odd protrusions jutting out here and there, as almost everything has descended and fallen into the ocean of fragments.
Anyone around?
The closest thing is the ship. And even that's, a decent distance off. You need a flare or something to get their attention at this distance.
I'll head back out. It's not what it should be. A world falling apart, back on into itself, forgotten.
So the afterlife is dying?
Something
Comes
like
after-
that, yeah.
What comes after the afterlife?
Igor will give a quiet chuckle after that, but not elaborate. She won't understand anyways. No one on the other side, then. No echoes.
Nothing. Half the world fallen away.
No dragon, eh?
Not that I could see.
You would also remember, Tiago, that the dragon has spent a lot of time under the waves of the Ocean of Fragments, so...
Yeah. Seems immune to the effects. Maybe submerged. Maybe somewhere high up in the reaches beyond what I can see.
It is not going anywhere. We can look on this side, see if there's any pieces left behind. This place is very, very old, as you might understand.
Alright, what are we looking for? Pieces of dragon?
Anything, really. Last time we were here, this place was... before this cycle. Who knows what remains? Besides, we have all the time we need. I'm gonna just stroll into the ziggurat on the material side.
I think on that, if everybody follows...
Probably, because...
You have just finished listening to this week's episode of the Contagion Chronicle, The World Plague, the conclusion to the Domain Gaming's Contagion Anthology, written and told by Wyverian. A special thanks to you, the listener, and if you wish to continue supporting us, subscribe, like, and share. As always, comments are welcomed. Until the next chapter, don't stop asking yourself, what is this plague that invades both body and mind?